Good morning, one and all. Present here. Sir.
Hello, I'm able to hear.
Yes, sir. With immense pleasure, we are glad to invite you for this online AICT IST program today, sir. The afternoon session. We are thankful to you for your acceptance of our invitation to grace this occasion, sir. Sir, Professor V. Sundareswaran, Professor Engineering Design Division, Anna University. He was working there, and he has having more than 40 plus years of his experience in the College of Engineering, Guindy campus, and he has been given more than 5 international journal and national journals, and he has been attended more than 8 international conference and national conference, and he has given more than 6 students in his PhD, around 7 to 8 students in PhD students, and he was handling the different types of design subjects such as mechanism, design simulation, the concept of engineering design and machine drawing, the drawing and visual design, and computer graphics for media. So he is having vast experience on this, and we all welcome him for this particular gathering. And sir, kindly take over this session, sir, please.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I thank the management of the Sri Sai Ram Institute of Technology, Principal, HOD of Mechanical Engineering Department, and the staff members who have invited me many times for their institution to give lecture. So once again, they have given opportunity to meet the teachers of engineering colleges. I am very happy regarding this one. Okay. Of course, at present I am actually a former professor. Okay, actually sitting and enjoying my that is the retired life. But at the same time, I'm always observing the things related to the mechanical engineering field. As a teacher, we have to always continuously learn the things. Okay. Now, can you show the slides, please?
Yes, sir. Sir, 2 minutes, sir, 2 minutes.
Okay. So the topic of today's lecture in the refresher program on strategies in teaching learning is an innovative approach to faculty in e-learning. Okay. Now, of course, whatever may be the topic, when I am meeting the new persons, whether it is students or teachers or anybody else, so generally I will be starting with a particular thing, which is actually from the next slide. Okay, please, next slide. Next slide, please. Okay. Now, as teacher, we have to continuously learn. Not only teach, everybody should continuously learn. So, I hope so. You may be understanding Tamil. Okay, கற்றல் என்பது வாழ்நாள் முழுதும் தொடரும் செயல். It is for everybody. It is not only for teachers. Teachers, it is very, very important that they have to always learn, they have to always update themselves. Since nowadays that information can be obtained by anybody, a lot of information students can also able to know. So in order to have
So now
the,
to
in
derive
order to teach the students, we must also have learn the things continuously. Of course, you may be knowing that when I was a student of the engineering college, as well as when I was first started teaching, I thought that கற்றது கைமண் அளவு. Of course, you may be seeing that. Normally, we will be saying that கற்றது கைமண் மண்ணளவு கல்லாதது உலகளவு. Okay. Now, கல்லாதது என்பது வந்து it is not a positive thing. So it is actually a negative thing. So in order to, we have to always think in a positive manner. I have put it as கற்க வேண்டியது. Okay. So கற்றது கைமண்ணளவு, கற்க வேண்டியது உலகளவு அப்படிங்கிறதான் நார்மலி people are making that. I was also thinking in that way. But they have changed after going through many things, after the internet comes and other things. Since lot of information we are able to see the from the computer and nowadays even through the mobile. So I have finally come to a conclusion, that is the last one. கற்றது அணு அளவு, கற்க வேண்டியது அளவற்றது. Okay. Next slide. Next slide, please. So the same thing, whatever I have made it in Tamil, which has been given in the next slide in English. Okay. Next slide, please.
நேர்மையா இருக்கணும்.
Next slide. The same thing, what I have given it in Tamil, it has been given in English. Okay. I think Dr. K.R. Vijay Kumar is my, he actually completed PhD under me. I think he has come. So that is, learning is a lifelong continuous process. The land, of course, we are initially thought that handful to be learned world size. But as I have told, now whatever we have learned is only very, very small thing, atom size. And we have to learn boundless. And as a teacher, we have to always learn. So you can learn not only from the books and the meeting like this, you can learn lot of things by observing. Whenever you are going out, by observing the outside world, lot of things can be learned. And you can also learn many things from the students. Okay. Next slide. Okay. So as per for today's lecture, I have made the presentation for this lecture in the following manner. The first one is teaching, learning. Then the next slide will be on classroom teaching. And the next slide will be online teaching, e-teaching. And then the fourth one is the experience of e-teaching by school teachers. Okay. So since they were only the first people who have started online teaching for the school students, then only the online teaching for the college students have started. Okay. And of course, whatever the experience of e-teaching by school teachers, it's also good for the college teachers also. So finally, conclusion related to this presentation. Okay. Next slide, please.
So I want to change the slide, sir.
Next slide,
Yes, sir.
which will be actually getting teaching learning. Okay, this one.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, as I have already told that we have to continuously learn till our life is going to end. And of course, teaching is also a learning process. Since every day, new things are coming. Okay. New technology is coming. New science is coming. New art is coming. So, in order to cope up with that, and in order to teach the students who are much more informative than us, we have to be one step ahead of them. So we have to also continuously learn the thing. So it is a learning process. And as I have mentioned that teacher has to update continuously. Okay, they have to continuously. Of course, now I am a professor of mechanical engineering, and my specialization is the kinematics of machines. That is, which is on the mechanism. My PhD thing is in the mechanisms. Okay. So even though that kinematics of machine subject, I will be able to tell even at night 12 o'clock, whatever topic on that, when I am going to take the class for the students. Okay, I will not go, since I know a lot of things related to that one. I will not go as such. I will try to find out if anything new has been available for that particular subject nowadays. Okay, so I will go through the internet, and then any new things had come, then I will also add that one to that one. Similarly, I will be that is from not only from the internet, from other things also. I will be updating myself continuously. So the only one teacher is updating himself, updating himself. Okay, he can teach the students very well. So for that, the teacher has to update continuously. Then the teacher has to observe everything. Okay, since he is going to teach the students, he can try to find out. Now, normally what I will do, whatever I am observing from the outside world, or whatever in our house, or whatever in our college, whatever thing we are observing, any new things, is it possible to connect them with the things which is related to our subject of teaching? So I will try to relate them like that. Okay. Now, as I already told that I am a mechanism man, kinematics of machines man. Okay. Now, once when I have gone, that is when I am traveling through train, I have seen below that is where we can keep our eating items. There will be a small board will be there. Above that, I have seen a small thing in which the water bottle can be kept. Now, even as I am always a person observing the thing, I immediately observe that one. It is nothing but a 4-bar mechanism. A 4-bar mechanism with all turning pairs there. So then, after coming to the college, and after seeing that one, I have added it as an example for the 4-bar mechanism for my students. So that is similarly, you can observe a lot of things which will be related to your subject of teaching, and when you are telling it to the student, the student will be able to understand the subject very well. So teacher has to observe everything and relate them to the subject of teaching. Then next, as I already told that teacher is always learning the things. They can learn many things from the students. They can learn many things from the students. Now, for example, now once when I was teaching the students engineering graphics. Okay. So normally in engineering graphics, after projection of points, we'll go through the projection of straight lines. Okay. Okay. Now, when I am introducing this straight line, whatever thing related to straight line, I will be knowing, I will be telling the students. Okay. Then I have told that straight line is nothing but a circle with infinite radius of curvature. A straight line is a circle with infinite radius of curvature. So that is when you are having the small arc. When you are having a small arc, then you will be having a small radius of curvature. And when you are increasing the radius of curvature, the curve is going to be slowly flattened. Slowly, it will be flattened. If it is possible to have infinite radius of curvature, it is going to be a straight line. Okay, a straight line. So normally I will be telling from the small arc to straight line, Then suddenly one student stand up and then he told that, sir, it can be told in the other way also. What is that I have asked? Okay, by bending a straight line, you can get a curve. He has told. So I have mentioned from curve to straight line, but he has told that from straight line we can get the smaller curves. He told that. So I have learned something new from that particular students. Similarly, I have learned a lot of things from the students, So you can also learn lot of things from the students. Then sometimes, of course, in the movies and other things, it will be normally shown that the teacher will be actually the last bench student. The last bench student is there, and they will be always thinking that there will be a mischievous student. Okay, the teacher will be throwing the duster like a drone, okay, to them, okay, and it will be shown in many of the movies. Of course, in olden days there were some teachers like that also, but nowadays it should not be like that. Okay, we have to be very friendly with the students. When you are friendly with the students only, he will be cooperating with you, and then he will also try to learn from you. If you are actually going to punish him or for whatever they are doing, if you are trying to punish it, then automatically that their hateness will be coming between the students and teachers. It should not be there. You have to be friendly with the students. Now this I will be always, when I am talking to the students, தம்பி எப்படி என்னப்பா செய்கிற எப்படிப்பா செய்கிற அப்படின்னு கேட்பேன். லேடி கேர்ள் ஸ்டூடெண்டாக இருந்தாங்கன்னா என்னம்மா என்ன தெரியலைன்னு கேளுமா, நான் அதுக்கு பதில் சொல்கிறேம்மா அப்படின்னு சொல்லி என்னது பொலைட்லி ஃப்ரெண்ட்லி I will be asking the student. I will never harsh with the students. So because of that, the students will also be friendly with me, and they will also try to learn with me. Even now, I am having many WhatsApp group students. Many times they are sending their WhatsApp, whatever they are doing, and similarly, I will be also sending the WhatsApp messages to the students. For many class students, as a group of the students, I will be sending to them. So you have to be always, the teacher should be friendly with the students. So when you are friendly with the students, the classroom will be very effective. Classroom is going to be very effective. And of course, I will also do when the students are writing the tests and other things. So in the test, if the student has got lesser mark or lower mark, okay. So I will not I will not punish him, or I will not scold him. Okay. Instead of that, in the answer paper itself I will be writing the following thing. Whoever it may be, for all the students, for the last 41 years, when I was teaching the many different subjects, for all the students, those who have got less marks, I will be writing the following thing in their test paper. Okay. If you are put some more effort, and some more time in studying and learning, then you will be able to score very high marks in the next test and next exam. I will be always writing this thing in the test paper, whatever may be the subject, whatever may be the subject, I will be writing that one. Okay. So with that, so then the student will be having ideas. That is, the sir is having some interest on me. Okay. So then that interest, okay, in order to that the students will be feeling. So you have to be that always you have to be friendly with the students. And then you have to, if the student strength is more than 60 or whatever may be the strength of the class, so there will be very brilliant student, and then very poor or very average students are going to be there. It is depending upon the understanding capacity. So each student will be having different understanding capacity. Okay. So I remember one instance, one example related to this one. Of course, during the initial stages, that is in 1980s and other thing, for the in Anna University College of Engineering, India, for MSc Medical Physics and MSc Medical Physics, that design subject was there. Okay. So one of our senior professor was handling that subject for them. And he will, after going to the class, every time when he is coming back, he will tell that, so in that particular class, there is one lady student. So she is actually, so before I am started teaching the subject, she immediately related to that topic, she is immediately telling many things which even I do not know. So she will be very brilliant student. Okay. Similarly, in my class, during 90s, there was a student called Shyam Sundar. Okay. That student, of course, I took for that particular class from the second semester onwards till sixth semester, every semester I took different subject for that particular class. Okay. So that particular student will listen in my class. Okay. Listen in my class, attend my class fully, but whenever he is writing the test or assignment or the examination, he never wrote what I have taught or what manner I have taught. The answers were not there, but he will be writing it in a different manner, but correct answer. Whatever may be, it is going to be correct answer. We have found this thing in this manner writing, but I was unable to locate the things for whatever he has written. So he is a individual thinker. He is an individual thinker, and so according to his thinking, he is writing a lot of things. So his understanding capacity is very high. But there are many students, they will not be able to understand anything. Very difficult to them. So you have to remember that the different understanding capacity students are in your class. So accordingly, you have to make yourself such that very, very average students or very poor student should be able to understand whatever you are teaching. Accordingly, you have to prepare this thing. Okay. Now, in this teaching learning, now there are actually two things are important. Two things are that is that is sometimes we will be having two words. One is called as hearing, other one is called as listening. Hearing and listening. So both are different. Both are actually different. Okay. What is the difference between hearing and listening? Okay. Hearing is just a physical activity. Okay. You can hear it from one ear and it can come out from the other ear. Okay. So that is hearing. Okay. It is just a physical activity. But listening is not only a physical activity, it is mental activity. Mental activity. Okay. That is கேட்டல், the another one is கவனித்தல். Okay. So கேட்டு கவனித்து செய்வதுதான் வந்து listening. வெறுமன கேட்டல் வந்து hearing is going to be hearing. So that is you have to make the students to listen whatever you are teaching, and similarly you have to also listen whatever they are telling. You have to also listen whatever they are telling. Okay. That is you should not think that I am superior than the student, so whatever he is telling we should not hear that one. Okay. So that is anything can come from many good things can come from so many people who are not learned anything, who are not learned anything. Okay. So you have to know about the understanding capacity of the student, and accordingly you have to teach, and you are, as I have told, that you can get many things from so many different persons. Okay. Next slide. Next slide is actually dealing with the classroom teaching. Okay. So the online teaching or remote teaching, recently only most of us are actually that is heard about that one, and now following that one. But the classroom teaching is that is having a long history, and most of us have followed that only for the last that is from a long time, only for the 1 or 2 years. From the last 2 years we are going for the online teaching. Okay. Now first we will see what is actually in the classroom teaching. Okay. So in the classroom teaching, there is a direct contact between teacher and students. There are direct contact between teacher and students. Okay. That is, as teacher, you are going to stand on the what is that, dais, and you are going to lecture, and you are going to write things on the blackboard or whiteboard, or you have to project the overhead projector or a PowerPoint like that. Of course, there you are having direct contact between teacher and students. Now, since there is a direct contact between teacher and students, you will be able to understand. Whether the students are able to understand what you are teaching. Okay. When the students are able to understand your thing, understand whatever you are teaching, that the students will be listening whatever you are teaching in a calm manner. They will be listening it, and then if you are asking any questions related to the topic, at least one or two students will be giving their answers for that one, And of course, if you are actually, that is in the classroom teaching, you are, you should not just teach the subject alone. You should not just teach the subject alone. Okay, other things also you have to teach. As a teacher, we are not only going to give the knowledge, we are also going to give what is called as the olukam. Okay, that is very, very important. Related to that, you can teach. That is the moral. That moral thing you can actually teach. You can tell the students, but in a friendly manner, you have to tell others. So when you are doing that one, the students will be happy and they will be making the noise by clapping or by, what is that? Sirikirathu moolama. Okay, by laughing, they will be making the things. Okay. Now, of course, that is, you have to conduct the class in that way. So whenever I am actually in the classroom, immediately I will never just start the subject. So I will be telling something, that is, I am actually a person who is always, as I already told that, I am always reading many things, learning many things. Okay. So that is newspapers, we having Tamil newspapers and English newspaper. So that is in this, many articles will come. Now, I will be actually, some of the articles will be very good articles. Then before starting the class, so I will be, that is, just reading what I read from those things, which I felt that good for the students, that I will be teaching one. Okay. So since there is a direct contact, these things are actually possible, and there is a direct communication between teacher and student. As I already told that, since there is a direct communication, whether that student has understood what you have taught, that will be known by his expression in his face, or sometimes when the students are not able to understand, they themselves will be telling, sir, I am unable to understand what you have taught. So there is a direct communication between the teacher and the students are available in the classroom teaching. So accordingly, we can modify our the teaching method. Now, normally, when I am going to the class, okay, I will ask the last student of that is the person who is sitting at the end of the classroom. I will be asking that student whether you are able to hear my voice, hear my voice clearly. Okay, whether it is audible, whether it is, I am able to hear you are able to hear my voice, that is without that, clearly you are able to see. And similarly, whether you are able to see whatever I am writing on the blackboard, whether you are able to see it, whether the size of the letter I am writing is enough for you to see, so that you are able to see that word. So from his reply, I will be drawing it, or I will be writing it bigger or bolder, like that I will be doing it. Okay. So it is due to the direct communication between the teacher and the students. Okay. And similarly, since as I already told that, they will be having different understanding capacity. Since in most of the classroom nowadays we are having very lengthy blackboards. So I will be actually, that is, I never wrote on the blackboard in a haphazard manner, in an arranged manner only. I will be writing things. So I will be dividing them into 4 or 5 rectangles, smaller rectangles. I will be writing from left to right. Of course, it is depending upon the subject. Sometimes I will be dividing them into 2 rectangles. Sometimes I will be dividing into 3, 4, 5, maximum 6. I will be dividing them. And then I will be starting writing the things, whether it is the theory or problem or pictures or drawing, we starting from the left. Okay, starting from the left. Six, if I am having 6 rectangles, till I am reaching the 6th rectangle, I will never rub or erase the first one, that which has been left. The reason being, as I already told, different understanding capacity. All the students will not be able to understand whatever we are teaching, whatever that is immediately. They will not have that grasping power. So some people will be, even if I am that is in the first, the left point itself, they may be having some doubts and a thing, so they will be able to understand slowly. They will understand slowly. So after completing the 6th one only, then I will be asking whether I can erase the first one, whether I can erase the first one, and then I will be erasing that one. Okay. Now, of course, the previous one, that is the classroom teaching. So you have changed the slide. That is the classroom teaching. Okay. So of course, we can use in the classroom teaching, use blackboard or whiteboard teaching. That is, you can use chalk or marker pens. And also different teaching aids directly, you can use it in the classroom. That is, of course, nowadays overhead projector is not there. In olden days, overhead projector was there. We will be making the transparencies. We will be making transparencies and then using which it will be projected through the overhead projector to have. Then, of course, we are having the PowerPoint nowadays. Having the PowerPoint. So using PowerPoint you can use. Then Flipboard is nothing but, yeah, that is the that is that is like a whatever, if it is a drawing sheet, the drawing sheet, whatever you can write for that particular class, and then it can be shown. It can be shown, which is going to be a flipboard. It can going to be a flipboard. And for some of the drawing subjects and other things, drawing or other subjects, you can have the models. That is the pyramid model, prism model, like that. You can have models can be, or mechanism models can be brought to the class, and the different teacher aids, different teaching aids can be shown to them directly, there. Okay. And as I already told that, because in the classroom teaching, since there is direct communication between students and a teacher, a relationship is developing between that one. The relationship is very, very important in all walks of our life. As I already told that, a friendly relationship can be developed, which can be continue even after they have completed their study. Okay. Even now, for some of our students who have completed their study, those who are actually studied 30 years before, they are also having contact with us since a relationship has developed between the students and teachers. So next slide, third one. Online teaching. Okay. So now let us see what is that is online teaching, which is called as the e-teaching or remote teaching. Okay. So in which, as there is no direct contact between teacher and students. Okay. Teacher is college, and the students are going to be assumed. We are assuming that they are in their homes, Okay. But whatever may be think, there is no direct contact between the teacher and students in this aspect. Of course, now this like Zoom and other new things, that is video conferencing material and other things are available, then you can have contact with the students also. But with a large number of students, it is very, very difficult to have contact. So in online teaching or e-teaching, no direct contact between teacher and student. And then the teacher will be just teaching, and the student will be listening as well as seeing whatever we are doing it, and they cannot communicate immediately. If they are having any immediate doubt, they cannot communicate it. Of course, At the later stage, they may be able to communicate through some other means, But during e-teaching, there no communication is going to take place between teacher and student. Okay. Then the teacher, since the teacher has a practice of teaching the students directly now in the online or e-teaching, if you are just teaching in your home or classroom with nobody in front of you, many times you will not be able to open your mouth itself. You will be finding it very difficult to do that. So you have to imagine that the students are sitting. That imagination is very important. That students are sitting. When you are thinking that your students are sitting in front of you, automatically you will be able to teach. Automatically you will be able to teach. Okay. Now in this regarding online teaching or e-teaching, even though now only we are talking about that one. So it was actually, this was the e-teaching or the online teaching was done long time back itself in the Anna University. So in Anna University, multimedia, that is the center called as multimedia research center. In that center, actually, there was a program called as EduSat program, educational satellite program. Okay. Now, in which the expert teachers of that particular subject from all branches, we have taken classes through online, that is through online or through e-teaching. Okay. Now, of course, those days, not many, that is, whatever the colleges, those who have actually connect, having some paid amount to the Anna University, So when we are actually teaching, the student, that is the teachers of that particular college, they will be bringing it to a particular classroom in their college, where the facility to see whatever we are teaching, whatever they are teaching. Hello?
Sir, yes, sir. Can I change, sir? Sir, can I change? Hello?
Are you able to hear?
Yes, sir. I'm hearing you, sir.
No, I am not able to see okay, I will be.
Okay, sir. Third slide or
Okay,
fourth slide, sir, right now?
I will be that. Okay, it has come.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
That previous one.
Okay, sir. Okay.
The third one, online teaching.
This one, sir. Third one. Yes, sir.
Third, okay, online teaching. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, that is the previous one, third one.
Okay, sir.
Right. This
Okay.
one. Okay. Now, so there I have actually, that is, we will be teaching the students by PowerPoint and other things. And after we have taken the class, the students from their college, that is the audio as well as the video, will be available in that center. Similarly, in that college also, the students will be asking their doubts and we will be clearing them. But as I already told that, even though in a small window, we will be able to see the students. I have to imagine many students are sitting, and accordingly we will be teaching. And now, because of this online teaching, previously we do not know about anything related to online teaching. Now the teacher has to learn, the students they have to learn, and not only the students, the parents also have to learn the technology. Then keeping the student, that child, or keeping their children to attend the online classes, they have to also learn the technology. Okay. Then for online teaching, the internet and smartphone facility should be available for the students, available for the students. But here only, actually, it is that the online teaching is a failure in this particular aspect. So many students who are very economically weaker students, and the students who are actually sitting or who are in hill stations and other places, remote places, they are not having these facilities. They will not be able to have this online teaching. Online facilities are not available. They are unable to use this mode of teaching. Yeah. And of course, this online teaching is the corona wall. It is a kalatin kattayam. It is compulsory due to the corona. It was actually started. Okay. Next slide. Please, next slide.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, in this aspect, since I already told that the school teachers were the first people who started online teaching, and they are actually in one of the magazine, one of the newspaper, there was an article which actually mentioned about the experience of the online teaching or e-teaching of the school teachers of Tamil Nadu. Okay. Then they have told that, okay, so in the regular classroom teaching, care of individual student is possible. Which is not possible in the online teaching. Since teacher is sitting somewhere, student is sitting somewhere, and we do not know whether the student is actually attending the online class or not, okay, whether he has understood the things or not, that we do not know. So the care of individual student is not possible in the online or e-teaching. Then, as I already mentioned, that it involves involvement of teacher, students, and parents. All are required in the e-teaching. If one is not, student is not listening the teacher, or teacher is not preparing according to the online teaching, and is no control over his student, his children, then the online teaching is not at all going to be. And so the involvement of all these people are there. And of course, because of this one, because of the corona, or the compulsion of the corona, in order to have this, because of this online teaching, all the three, teachers, students, as well as the parents, they have learned this particular technology of online teaching or e-teaching. They have learned, or the remote teaching. Okay. So the technology is learned by all the above three. Okay. Then when by using the technology, when you are trying to learn that one, you have to make more care and more concentration. So when you are trying to make more care and more concentration on technology, so your mind is only on technology, not on the subject which is being taught by the teacher. So it is going to have some difficulties. Now, even now, you can see that is, I have to tell every time, next slide, whether the same next slide is correctly coming or not. I have to check it, and then I have to tell that things. Okay. If the slides are wrongly put, then it is, you are going to have that difficulty is going to. Now, this I have seen nowadays in the TVs also. In the TV, Tolakachi Mulamau, now the education or the Kalvi is being taught. So there is a TV called as Kalvi TV, and many times I will be seeing that one, in which the elementary school as well as the high school teachers are the teaching that one. Now, in which, okay, when they are teaching, many times, sometimes I have seen that the teacher will be thinking that they are writing thing within the frame which is available, but they will be writing outside the frame, which is not seen by the viewer, that is the person who is actually viewing that one. So it will be outside that one. And some small things will be advertisements of the TV and other things may come, and which may actually hinder the writings or the drawings of the teachers, the drawing of the teachers. So they have to see all these things. They have to take care and concentration related to that one when they are trying to do that care on technology or concentration on technology. The teaching of the subject will be actually going to be affected, is going to be affected. This I have experienced when I am seeing the Kalvi TV, how the teachers are finding it difficult to utilize the technology in a proper manner, So it is very difficult for them. And then, since there is no direct communication between the students, if the student has to understand the subject very well, he has to prepare the subjects such that no doubts related to his teaching is arising in the minds of the students, So whatever the student will have a lot of doubt and cannot clear it also. We cannot clear it also. So you have to prepare. The teacher has to prepare a lot of things. He has to prepare a lot of things. So it is going to have more work for the teacher, In what simple way we can give the subject to the students, that you have to learn. Of course, it is a duty of the teacher, but he has to spend a lot of time. In preparing that one. So as I already told that, even though I know very well about kinematics of this, I will be preparing every time. Okay. I will be preparing lot of, I will be putting lot of input and then I will be preparing it. So I will never teach the same subject in the next class, that is the next year class in the previous year manner. So there will be some improvement, some additions will be added. So that is more work I have to do and I will be doing it. So when you are doing the online teaching, it is going to be still more. You have to simplify the thing for which more work has to be done. Okay. So next slide. Okay. So now, of course, what are the innovative methods? Since the topic is actually the innovative methods. Of course, now in the internet, if you go through, you can see lot of things related to online teaching are available. What are the 5 important steps? What are the 7 steps, like that? Lot of things are available. Of course, one of the things they have mentioned is a digital whiteboard. That is, so I have done it in the EduSat. Actually, I will be writing on a digital board. When I am writing that one, it will be actually appearing on the screen. It will be appearing on the screen. So I can erase it and I can modify it. Okay, like that it can be done. So like that is in the classroom board. If we are making something wrong, we will be erasing it. In that way, in the digital whiteboard also, it can be made. So for online teaching, different methods, different tools. Okay, even different apps are available. So one of the apps is actually called as Creately or Greatly. One of the apps is actually available in the online teaching. Similarly, so many apps are available. So now, since the internet as well as from the mobile itself, you can search that one and they can be, so many new methods are available than one. And of course, the online teaching is giving you new experience is learned. This is because of the online teaching. Teacher, students, and parents, they are actually having new experiences. And of course, you have to make already made that in a much simplified manner, but at the same time, in an extensive manner, the teacher has to prepare. Make. So this actually, as I already told, teaching is a learning process. that whatever you have not understood, you will be able to understand by that himself or herself to understand the subject better. Okay. Now regarding this one, I will always giving an will be giving an example. Okay. So that is in the theory of machines, kinematic of machines. In the kinematic pairs, a broader classification is called as lower pair and higher pair. Lower pair and higher pair. Okay. Now, of course, that is I was teaching it for the more than 25 years. More than 25 years, I will be telling that if there is a point contact, line or surface contact, surface contact, it will be lower pair. Point or line contact, it is higher pair. But I never know why it is called as lower pair, why it is called as higher pair, why it is called as higher pair. That and the students have also not asked, I also not told. And okay, now once I went through the internet, in one of the Chinese literature, of course, the matter was in the English. It has mentioned there. It has mentioned that when you are having surface contact, area contact, when your load is actually applied, assume that in a some square area, some 10 kilonewton is applied, then the stress or the pressure on that area is going to be the area, that is load divided by area, which will be less, small. Okay. So when you are having area contact, the stress is low or the pressure is low due to that. But if it is a point contact or line, the same weight, same load is going to act. It is going to have more pressure or more stress. So high understood lot of you. So the teacher himself will be understand the subject better, when you are trying to give it in a simplified manner to the student. And now it is a must in the online teaching. So you will be learning, you will be understanding subject better. Okay. Then of course, as I already told that it is compulsory due to corona. Of course, even though nowadays colleges and other things are, even now the online teaching and other things are going. Okay. And of course, this will also pass by. So we have to always think that இதுவும் கடந்து போகும். மாற்றம் ஒன்றே மாறாதது. So மாற்றங்கள் இருந்து கொண்டே இருக்கும். So இதுவும் கடந்து போகும். Now, thank you for your patient listening. If you are having anything you want to ask related to what I have told, you can ask.
Sir, regarding, thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, we have got a very wonderful experience of yours in the learning and teaching process, as well as we got a very good idea of students and staff and interaction in this COVID period, sir. And thank you very much for your nice presentation.
Now, one more
sir.
thing I want to tell. Nowadays,
Yes,
you can have WhatsApp, through WhatsApp and other things, you can contact with these students, connect with it. I normally actually engineering graphics subject, after the class is over, actually, I will be preparing using my hand itself, I will be writing, drawing the things, and then I will be sharing it on the WhatsApp to the students if they are not knowing. So if they are having any doubt, nowadays they can ask their doubts through the WhatsApp, and then through the WhatsApp you can clear their doubts also. Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your nice presentation, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay. Participants, tomorrow we'll meet tomorrow sharp by 10 o'clock for the next day. Next day program. So until then we are. We'll be leaving. So we'll be meeting tomorrow morning. Thank you very much. Thank you to all. And this feedback, you please kindly fill it up and send it to us.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. சொல்லுங்க சார்.
நாளைக்கு ஒரு கெஸ்டோட ப்ரொஃபைல் எடுத்துட்டீங்களா?
நாளைக்கு எடுக்கல சார், அது மட்டும் கொஞ்சம் எடுத்துறீங்களா சார்? நான் எப்படி சார் என்ன சொல்கிறேங்க சார்? நான் எடுத்துட்டுமா? இல்லை எடுக்கல சார், இன்னும் எடுக்கல. நாளைக்கு எடுக்கல, நாளைக்கு மார்னிங் எடுக்கல. நீங்கள் கொஞ்சம் அனுப்பிச்சி விட்றீங்களா சார்?
நாளைக்கு மார்னிங் வந்து ஒரு பெருமாள்னு ஒருத்தர் இருக்காரு.
தெரியல, கொஞ்சம் அனுப்பிச்சி விட்றீங்களா சார்?
அது தெரியல எனக்கு. அது இன்னும் யார் வச்சிருக்கான்னு தெரியல. இதுக்கு முன்னாடி ஏதாவது இருக்கான்னு கேளுங்க.
அப்படி எனக்கு தெரியலீங்களா சார்? நீங்கள் கொஞ்சம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கொஞ்சம் எனக்கு அனுப்பிவிடுங்க சார். கொஞ்சம்
பார்த்து அனுப்புவோம்.
நாளைக்கு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் செஷன் சார் தான் நினைக்கிறேன்.
அவர் தான்.
அதான் சார்.
அதுக்கு அடுத்தது நான்.
ஓகே சார், ரைட் சார். அதை நான் எடுத்துருக்கேன், ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை சார்.
சரி சரி.
இது பெருமாள் சார், அது மட்டும் நீங்கள் கொஞ்சம் எனக்கு என்னுடைய மெயில் அனுப்பிச்சிட்டிங்கன்னா. ஓகே, தேங்க்யூ சார். தேங்க்யூ வெரி மச் சார். தேங்க்யூ வெரி மச். தேங்க்யூ மேகா. Kindly fill the feedback form and submit, sir.